Hi everyone, this is Starseed Jotaru here. Today is June 25th, 2026. I'm currently recording this at 12:07 midnight here in Philippines. Today I'm just going to be yapping. I'm just going to be free flowing to whoever is listening or watching this video right now. Just sharing what I have feeling, what I am feeling, what I am seeing, what I am hearing in the news or in the internet or whatever I have captured through various sources. Looking back on my previous community post, if you have seen it, I have posted some things after the previous video that I have uploaded with regarding the updates on what could be the implications and effects of disclosure to the Christian religion. So before I go on yapping, I would just like to ask you guys, how are you doing at this moment? Hope you are doing well and just doing fine. Even though, well, for me, it feels like we are heading into something big, same as the others who are also feeling this one. Yeah, but I hope, other than that, I hope that you are doing well in your health and in your family, in your relationships, in yourself, your well-being. I hope you are doing well. But if you're not, feel free to comment down below, and I can respond and I can talk to you if you want. But if not, that's okay. And I just hope that you will be well. Apologies for you might hear some noise, even though it's midnight here in my place. There are still some people going about on outside our house. So apologies if you hear any noise, traffic, or people. So I did not prepare any notes or any points of topics for this video. It's just a free flowing video. I hope you just listen in. But later on, I will be editing this video. I'm going to be putting on labels on what topic I have decided to go on. So I have a lot of topics in mind that I wish to share in this video. So as you have heard, I also have some lizards in my room. So if you have heard that, so yeah. So how are you doing this at this moment? Hope you are doing well. Just going to go with the flow. Lately, I have been seeing this. I don't know if you have seen this, but these videos about Nordics in TikTok. Well, I had just seen it on TikTok, but I'm seeing it with Nordics, tall Nordics wearing a red dress, walking by President Trump of the USA. So I've seen that, and it's fascinating for me. It's when I look at that video, it's fascinating to see those images. Though I know it's probably AI generated. They wouldn't be so careless in having public people taking or capturing those shots and revealing them without them officially, because I think that we are in timeline number 2, where Earth and the governing bodies of this world, of planet Earth, human governments have decided to play along, and because if they don't cooperate with the extraterrestrials, they will be disclosing themselves anyway. The governments of this world, of this planet, have decided to just be cooperative with the extraterrestrials in the disclosure part. They have decided this because they don't want to lose full control of the populace, and they don't want the population to be in panic. So they decided that let's just cooperate in terms of this disclosure, because time is coming, the moment is coming where this needs to happen, because the human race have been so long in asleep for too long. This can't go on forever, because if we continue with this trajectory, we will eventually go into the path of self-annihilation, where the people who are aware of them will take full control of humanity, and they will enslave most of the humanity and just be their slaves. If you are in the know, you know that the human ones who are so-called governing this planet are just puppets of the real ones who have orchestrated these systems, the banking system, the government system, or the religious system. And so the good ETs have, even not just the good ETs, even the universe itself, let's say God himself or herself has decided this has to stop. human race have, let's say, the pleading of the human race have reached God's ear. It's time to stop. Although this will not be an abrupt way. It will be slow. Well, not really slow, but let's say there should be they are following a process, a step by step process in terms of disclosing work. And that's the part of the good ETs and governments. But there's also this part of, there's still some remnants of these bad ETs that have influenced people that are in the government and secret organizations, where they still try to cling. They try hard to not lose their power over the people, not lose their influence over the populace who are asleep. So they will try to deceive, they will try to plan things out in order for them to, not lose this, let's say, spiritual war that is going on, that most of the human beings are not really aware that it is going on. So, yeah. So, but going back to the videos that I have seen in TikTok, where there are Nordics that seems to be walking around with the governments, with the leaders. It's fascinating to see, even though I know it's AI. It's just that, wow, this could happen anytime. I mean, anytime soon, when all of this will be revealed, the information will be about them will be made public. Although I do know that most of the population are not really, well, let's say, they would rather be staying in their lane, like just mind their own business. They have their own work, they have to take care of their family, they have to provide food. you know they would rather not be, they would not care so much. But this will have to happen. I mean, there's there's it just has to happen. It just has to happen, whether they want to continue with their lives. It has to happen because time, yeah, it's just the way it is. Yeah. Although we do have free will, but the human race have already reached that, critical, let's say, what one they say, where we have already reached the critical mass, or the critical number for this to happen. And we have reached that. And even now, the timeline has now the timeline split has has more and more become widened, where the ones who will make it and the ones who will not make it will be more and more separate. And yeah, I want to discuss about this timeline split. Yeah, and also, if you don't agree with my opinions or in my views, you are free to interpret it on your own. If you feel that you're not comfortable with the information that I am sharing right now, please feel free to. I'm not forcing you, and I might be wrong, I might be right. You are free to believe what you want to believe. But yeah, so this is my um, sharing information about the split of the timeline. So the split of the timeline is like what the Bible says about separating the wheat and the chaff. Yeah. So there are good and bad ETs, and as much as possible, both sides are trying to harvest souls that are more aligned to them. Let's say, so in the timeline split, they are harvesting. The good souls will be harvested by the good ETs, and the bad, let's say, the negative souls that are more into the negative side will be harvested by the bad ETs. Um, because in the eyes of a God, the eyes of Creator, both good and the bad are all part of Him, and it's just how it is. And so they are trying to uh, harvest as much as they can. Um, and the ones who are not have yet have yet decided on which side they will be on. Um, they will be when their incarnation here on Earth will end. The next life that they will have the opportunity to live in that kind of incarnation will be somewhere else. Um, um, somewhere on the universe. Although we do understand that there is multiple timelines, multiple dimensions, where on Earth there are still um, there are also negative dimensions, even though we have already have this timeline split. But the overall, the limits of how negative the incarnation can be will be much less. So you can still after this timeline split, let's say we have already passed through we have graduated and move on to the next phase. Let's say we have already arrived with the golden age of this planet. You can still be able to incarnate here and be a more of a negative. You will not be purely light. You will still have that negative side of a soul of entity. You can still you know be existing in this plane, but the level of how deep you can go with the negative side is much lesser. You can also you can just go so much deep below compared to before. Like right now, you can go as really deep, really deep. It can be so evil. But after Earth has passed through with this golden age, the level of how much negative you can be is lessened. So yeah. So there was after the passing of the golden age. Let's say you have achieved with the golden age, you can still practice a little bit of negativity, you know, but it will not be the same as before. So if you want to experience like really negative, like the same as before, there are other places that you can incarnate in the galaxy or in the other parts of the universe, and it's really up to you. And yeah, that's what I try information about the timeline split. So okay, I'm gonna talk about like right now, June. We are almost at the end of June, and if you are watching other channels in YouTube or in other places in social media, you can hear that some of them are saying that the peak of this there's an energy that's going on that's going to hit the planet, or that is already hitting the planet, and it will peak on end of June or through July, and I think that's what also what I'm feeling right now, like on the past few days, where I feel like I feel like you know I feel like this feeling of just don't do anything. I mean, just you know, even though it's like be unproductive, um, just don't do anything. You can just be there and exist. Like it's pointless. I mean, it's like that's what I'm feeling. Like I have some plans to do, like but then something inside me is like telling me that you know um, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, it's like it's saying like it wouldn't matter for the uh in the in the coming future, the coming months or years, what you are planning, because it might change. Something like that. Something like I'm feeling like that of feeling because to tell you honestly, I'm currently unemployed right now, and um I have I have been trying to search for a job, a new job from my previous one, but because I still have we still have to pay bills and eat, and I it's just that it's just it doesn't feel like I am being helped with getting a new job, and it feels like I am being directed to, just be relaxed. You will be provided for. You will not be, you will not be in the place where you were once before, where you can, go to places because you have this finances. You will be, I will be provided for, just for this moment, just be still and be uh, just be existing of where you are, and you will be provided for. That's what I'm feeling right now, through the past 2 days, because you know I have been wanting to, like, thinking of, should I get a job or get a new job, but I do try to apply for a job, but then it's like something inside me. It's like, it's just pointless, because I feel like inside something is coming, an event, whatever it is, where it will change the reality of humanity. So that's just how it feels, and yeah, and going to another topic, and I'm also seeing this here in my place, in my country, the Philippines. We have experienced a strong earthquake a couple of weeks before. Previously, in the part some down, southern part, and currently we are also seeing some earthquake swarms in the northern part, and there's this called a, a a psychic that also has prophesied many terrible things that may happen to the country, although she didn't she didn't I did not see a specific date or year. She just shared what she calls visions that God has shared to her. Yeah, so I'm also seeing that, and seeing those information, and seeing those visions, prophecies from other people. And I'm not judging her to be a negative one or a positive one. It's just that we are all God sparks, and whether you know it or not, those who have are aware that you are a God spark, that you have power to influence things and events around you. And I don't want terrible things to happen to my country. Uh, calamities that will affect lots of people will also, in return, also affect me. And I don't want that to happen. So I try my best to, as a God spark, to also influence the stability of this country. Although we are, aside from calamities, we are also experiencing some political turmoil within the country, within the government, which is also might be happening on other places as well. So my country is not exempted to that. So politicians are fighting each other, and yeah, There are some corruptions, there are some stealing, and all that, and this has been happening for so many years. And yeah, because time is already coming for change, and this must happen. Sometimes I do understand that calamities and tragedies, accidents, they all have their appointed time to happen, and sometimes no matter how hard we try as God's part, because we're not fully um, in connected with our higher self, uh, except for some select people that are so very connected to the higher self that they know, because of that, because we are not really, you know integrated yet fully with God. There are still there will there's still that side of us that wishes and wants for things to not happen, even though they have already been appointed to happen. Although the appointed time and place is not really final, because we all have the say in it as human beings living on this planet, which we are the stewards. We have been marked as stewards for this planet, as a representative to take care of this planet. We do have a say on when this will happen, but there are tragedies that are really appointed that it should happen, because if they don't happen, things will not come about. You know, the next story, the next chapter of this let's say age will not progress if it will not happen. So yeah, we still have a say on it. So going back, I do try my best to visualize uh, to these terrible things that might happen to my country will not happen, or if it will happen, it will not be so devastating. Yeah, and even in your country too, or in your place, you know, you might also hear some terrible things that are prophesied by someone. You also have the power. You also have a say, and you can influence events on how or when this will occur, and how big is it. And yeah, I try my best to use my power as a God spark to help, you know, not make this event so very very devastating. And yeah, yeah, in that part. Okay, so let's move to another topic where I have also thought that I would want to discuss here in this video is the is the information about the implications of when the human being have when we start to really really regain the knowledge and the power that we are supposed to have, because we have fallen. Let's say we have fallen from grace, from what the Bible says. We have somehow forgotten what we were, or what we are used to. We should have, what we used to have. We have forgotten because of um, of an event, or just because of a time. We have forgotten how to use it, and how to properly use the powers that we have in ourselves. And the human body is just a vessel. I mean, right now you are seeing me in this video, my physical form. But what really matters is what's inside you, yourself, your soul, your own identity, and your own identity carries is the one that is carrying your DNA, your blueprint, your true yourself, and 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 most of this is blocked. It's forgotten, and in this plane, it's forgotten in this plane. So we have forgot to how to properly use what we have. And if you are seeing other videos from other starseeds, from other light workers and other channelers, they say that we are the so-called prophecy planet, where we in ourselves we contain many DNAs from other ET races. I would just like to share that it's not specifically in the bodies. It's not in our bodies. It's in ourselves, in the soul. And that's what makes you, you. And that's the DNA, the code that is within your soul is transferred to your body. But the source of the DNA, like in the body, is you. Yeah, you're the one who's creating it. And because the body can just be destroyed. And yeah, but it's really you, the entity that has the code. So you may destroy the body, but you will not. They cannot destroy the soul, which contains the DNA. So yeah, so why is it that the people or entities that incarnate here on Earth are called the prophecy planet? Because this planet, aside, because in different races of ETs, they have lifespan, very long lifespan, 2,000 years to 100,000 of years. They have very long lifespan, and in compared to human race, we have an average of 60 to 100. You're very lucky if you reach 100 years old, and because of that, because of the really short lifespan, you accumulate much faster experience. You accumulate more fast in learning positive and negative parts of being, incarnating here on Earth, and that's what makes it. Uh, that's what makes it really like you're lucky if you are given the chance to incarnate here on this planet, because the ETs that have infused their DNA to the human soul, the human incarnation. So we have been blocked, and through these experiences of positive and negative, when the time comes that it will be activated and we will be able to remember and access the different abilities that have the other ET races have infused in us. The ones who have incarnated here on Earth for so many lives, so many 100-year lives, will have very, very have a lot of knowledge on how to navigate this very complicated road of positive and negative, because these ET races, most are just known have just like known the path of being positive, like always, and then there's ET races that have always known the path of negative. They are just negative always. Well, not always, like most of the time, always. So what makes the human race very unique, because we have been given the free will to explore positive and negative. And all of those experiences are recorded in our souls. And that makes us special. And mind you, it's not only us that are special. There are also other planets that are similar to us. They may not look like human beings, like this one. They may look like mantis, but they have been given the same opportunity like the human races. They have been given free will to practice positive and negative, to be positive or negative, and they have also been infused with many ET race genes. So that's how it is. So so by the time going back to why I'm talking about this one, so by the time we are being activated, there's just a warning for people. That's why this has been being activated slowly, because if you activated it fully, like just a simple switch on and off, imagine a human being suddenly able to manifest things with just a blink of an eye, and the human being does not have control or is not aware that anything the human being thinks, it will manifest in a blink of an eye. Let's say if the person is very fearful, if he thinks that there's a monster, a very negative monster, the moment that he thinks, that monster will be manifested because of how powerful the mind works. So it should be activated very slowly, and because if you activate it like just an on switch, it will be very chaotic, and that's why the activation must be slow until the human being is ready. Like he will not manifest or create things that he does not really want to happen or intend to happen. So that's how it is, because just like the implications of when human beings will be activated. So we will get there slowly. So there's a question in my mind. What about the ET races that are already advanced? Do they have this already powers? They do. They do have powers, manifesting, especially the ones who are in the higher realms of existence, um, the realms of similar to the realms where Jesus resides, other ascended masters resides. They have these powers already, but they have mastered themselves. They have mastered their emotions, and so they don't really um, manifest things that they don't want to happen. Unlike if you place a power on a ignorant, have no control yet. Let's say if you place a power to a child that they don't know how to control, it will be very risky and very chaotic. Where that child will just be manifesting monsters and whatever fears they want, and it will just be traumatizing for that child if suddenly that child will be given those powers. So it will be slow. So uh why now? There's a question that comes in. Why now? Like it's just that we have been we have been a child for it's just time for human race to grow up. It's our time to take the next step. Like, take the let's say we are graduating to another grade. Let's say if you go to school, we have now graduated to let's say elementary. We have already graded. We have already gone through the elementary stage, and it's now our time to go to the next stage, which is like high school. So it's just the same. It's just that time already. So we have to go and progress. So that's why it's happening right now. And yeah, thinking about this one, um, I think about people who are still so ingrained or still into the program that have been established here on this planet for so long, where they still are so blinded by the systems. It's just that sometimes I sometimes I think that I feel sad for them. Like they are so ignorant. Like they still want to continue, and but deep inside, something tells me that you don't have to worry about them. They will be okay on their own. Um, yeah, um, yeah. So everything will be okay. Okay, so uh, I don't know if you have also heard about Elizabeth April. Uh, I also follow her. I also watch her videos. So for those who are not aware, so she's a remote viewer. Um, she also has connections with the Galactic Federation of Light. I think, yeah, Galactic Federation of Light, and her one of her latest posts was about a imminent fake alien invasion. So I have um, let's say a thought about this one. So what if the shadow government, you know, the ones who have stolen or not really stolen, have kept those who have kept technologies, ET technologies from the common people, and they will stage a fake alien invasion. One question that comes to my mind is that will the real ETs intervene? And the answer that I got was that yes, they will. They have to, because the law of non-intervention exists. Part of the prerequisite or requirement of the law of non-intervention is that the people must be ignorant or must not know their presence if they are to properly follow the law of non-intervention. And for many years, this has been followed. Common people, most of the people, like 80% or 90%, don't believe in the ETs. And that's why they don't intervene that much. They have intervened before during the biblical times. They have intervened before, but they are seen as angels and they are seen as demons. And so, if the shadow government does decide to do a fake alien invasion, the real ETs will intervene. And how will they intervene? You might ask. Is that they won't be, let's say, they won't be confronting the fake aliens, the controlled, drones by people, by also other humans. They won't be like confronting them, like fighting them air to air or whatever. They might do that in some cases, but most probably they will do this in a way where it will not be a destructive one. They will go to they will go directly to the people, populace, and they will try to inform. They will try as much as possible to disarm all those fake ships. Remember, these ET races are so much advanced that whatever technologies that have these shadow governments have possess, the real the real ones possess a much higher level of technologies, and they will try as much as possible to deceive the people, but the real ones will try to disarm them, and it will be a very short event. And well, it might, I'm not sure if it will take a year before this fake invasion will cease to happen, but they will try to disarm them, the real ET ones. They will disarm the fake ones, and then they will go to the people and they will counsel the populace about what's really going on. They will inform that these people are fake, that these are their last cards to keep the control of human population. And then the ETs, the real ones, will, I'm not sure if they will give the technologies, the free energy ones, directly to the people. I'm not sure if they will do that, but eventually, after that confrontation, not really confrontation, after that event, technologies will suddenly be available to the human. Although I'm not sure if they will be providing each human like free energy generators to everyone. Maybe still going through respecting the government, still respecting the leaders of the people. They might go through them first and leave the distribution of the technologies to them, or not through the government, not but through the people that they have selected way before to be responsible enough to handle the distribution. You know. And, yeah, my so what my so just that's just what I would like to share. If if that if that fake alien invasion will happen, so the real ET ones will be compelled to intervene because the law of non-intervention, the prerequisite of the law of non-intervention uh, has been, let's say, broken, because they are now pretending to be them, and because they are now pretending to be them, they are like common people know that there are ET races that have exist. They they are not breaking the law of non-intervention because they are just pretending, and the real ones must and should make things right because the law of intervention has been broken, prerequisite. And if this happens like really mass, it will be a show for people that are asleep. It will really be a show. So yeah. Okay. What about James Franco? I don't know if you have heard about or saw his videos in TikTok about James Franco, where he says that there is an alien in his house, and people seems to be, asking and curious why he is posting those ones. So I'm not also sure why, but he probably must be know something, and he might be tipped off by the government, or he might be tipped off by the ETs, or he might be tipped off by the secret organizations about certain things, and I don't know what that is. So anyway, it's just a sideline. It's just an interesting things that happen. So more and more things like this will happen through coming months. What about this? What about the super El Nino? You know what they're talking about, and I also have heard about coming famine. Um, yes, about also calamities. Its connection with that famine. And yes, I do. I do have heard, saw this post from other people, and whether or not they will affect the mass of the population. If it does happen, like really does affect mass global food chain, it will be for a reason because Earth is not just a rock, people. Yeah. Earth is a living being, and we are connected to her. We are her, let's say, cells. We are one of her cells, intelligent cells that are working together, and Earth will have to do whatever it takes for people to wake up, to shake the systems, to shake them to be from their sleep. Yeah. So yeah, and we don't have to worry about people who might pass away. It will be sad for people who will be directly affected. Yeah, and even myself. I pray that all my loved ones will be saved, will not be affected by any calamities or anything. Because no matter how, no matter how enlightened you are, no matter how spiritual you are, you will still be affected by whatever happens around you. So yeah, just continue praying. Continue visualizing about uh, in your for your all your loved ones that they will be safe and and whatever they will just be okay. Yeah. So let's see. I'm thinking of other things that I have thought. It has been so long. I'm almost 1 hour. I have maybe in my other in my next upload, maybe I will discuss about what are the coming and exciting things that are in store for us human beings, and when time comes for when the time arrives for ETs, will be living among us freely, openly. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I think that's it for this video. So I will be editing this video lightly in the whole one, and I'll also be trying to splice this video for every topic that I have talk about, because it's hard to digest in almost a 1 hour. Well, in this recording it's almost 1 hour, but when I cut it down, maybe it's just 30 minutes. I'm not sure. So anyway, thank you for you for watching this video, and I hope that you find this information helpful, and that it might give you, I don't know, comfort, um, mm, confidence, give you hope, give you mm, um, the feeling of just everything is okay, or maybe just a feeling of I'm feeling the same as you, so that you are not alone. So yeah, so whatever it is, so I hope you find this video helpful, and yeah, I hope to see you again on my next upload whenever I do upload them. And yeah, I would just like to thank those people who have subscribed to this channel. Thank you very much. Right now, you only are 3. I'm not sure if you are watching this video, but I hope you do. But shout out to also everyone who might be subscribing to my channel through this video or through my other videos. And I hope to, you know, hear from you if you want to, let me know what your thoughts about the things and what you want to hear, in my opinion. So yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again on my next video. This is Starseed Jotaru, and God bless you, and may you stay safe. May you keep your light and help this next phase of human evolution be as be as careful and be as product as much as possible. Not so much negative. So yeah. So namaste everyone, and thank you. Bye bye.